Hello, everybody. We are live again, and I love this. This feels like it's almost like we're doing it over and over again, Laurie and Michael, and we're coming on with tips every time. And I've been looking at the things we've been speaking about in the group, and there has been questions about male ejaculation, and not only why it's good to not have it, but like how do you actually start if that is something that you want to explore. And the other question is about pleasure toys. And what I love is that when we speak about pleasure toys, somehow in the media it's all about like women and toys, but when I spoke with you, you're also showing me toys for both like female and male pleasure. So that's what we are going to look into today. So welcome again, and for me, you are the experts of pleasure, so a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. Well, let's introduce ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
So you introduce me, and I'll introduce you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Laurie Handlers. She is she's a best-selling author. She has a number one international bestseller on Amazon called Sex and Happiness: The Tantric Laws of Intimacy. She's also a film producer, director, and has starred in 3 of her own films, which have won awards
in film festivals.
Yeah. And not only that, but she's also a highly sought after speaker and tantra teacher all over the world. And she happens to be my beloved, and she's an extraordinary lover. This is Laurie Handlers.
Thank you, so sweet. And this is Michael Gibson, and he's a former network engineer. So if you are really a nerd type, there is definitely hope for you. You're actually probably more potential to be a better lover than people who, in the past, we thought, people who look like Tarzan. Like if you're a nerd, it means you got really good skills of concentration up here. Anyway, he was a network engineer turned sex geek, and now he's a facilitator, and he's the co-creator of the Academy for Men, which has programs for just men to learn things about. We're going to talk to you men today. And he's my beloved and co-teacher in many new subjects. And we're also creating a new book. So we love talking about ejaculation. Thank you, Bella. We love coming on Tantric Connection. And we love talking about toys because we think there are misconceptions about all of it. So let's talk about ejaculation, male ejaculation, first of all. So let me start for a second. I'm not of the school of thought that says men should not ejaculate ever, okay? And there are some tantrikas who think that. I don't think that. I think that men need to ejaculate from time to time, but not as much as they do, especially when they're teenagers and young 20s, and not always to pornography. So I have conditions, like I have clarifiers here. If you're somebody who masturbates to pornography, you are doing a disservice to yourself because you're building up your dependence on the cocktail of endorphins and things building up in your system, and then your body's filling with prolactin as soon as you ejaculate. And when you do that too many times, it's like you're making yourself a yo-yo, and that's not a good thing for your nervous system, and it's not a good thing for you as a lover. Now, everyone I know wants to be a great lover, but not everyone is, and part of it may mean that you can't even get it up when you're not watching porn. And so please don't do that to yourself. And if you are doing that to yourself, it's no judgment here. If you are doing that to yourself, rethink it.
Yeah.
So I think men should ejaculate, but I don't think they should ejaculate all the time. And I think once they learn to not ejaculate and to actually have pleasure in their bodies from what's called injaculation, then you can find out that you can have the kind of orgasms that women have. I'm just going to demonstrate. Like, women look like this when they orgasm. When they're fully orgasming in their whole body, and men have the capacity to do that too. But you can't master that unless you're willing to give yourself a practice of not ejaculating at least for 21 days. Mm-hmm. And then there's ways to do it. I'm not going to actually teach that right now. We don't have that kind of time. It's not hard to learn. You can contact me and I'll teach it to you. You could probably contact Bella and she'll teach that to you, or Michael, and he'll teach that to you. It's not difficult to learn, and it's worth learning so that you become the master of your domain.
Right.
Did I leave anything out?
No.
Really?
No, you did good.
And then here's the thing. Not only can your body, undulate and do the things that it can do when orgasm becomes a full body experience, but also your body will choose. So you don't have to go in your head. Like men told me when I started teaching Tantra that they used to think about the World Series and the Super Bowl while they're having sex so that they don't ejaculate quickly. And I said, I don't want to make love to somebody about the Super Bowl. Like, get out. I don't want to. You're thinking about baseball, and I'm like having an amazing cosmic experience. That doesn't work.
Right.
So this is where once you master this in your body, it only takes 21 days. Once you get this into your body, you don't have to take your mind off of it. You can actually be totally present and in full mastery of your domain. So that's the why.
Yeah. Knowing how your body responds to pleasure, and then being able to be at choice at any time. And also that choice that you gain from learning the skill of ejaculation, choice. This also gives you the ability to draw that orgasm rather than allow it to go out of you. Just usually it's just out like this, to actually draw the orgasm up through your system, in through your spinal cord and up and out, so that you're having full body orgasms as a man. And it's possible to be a multi-orgasmic man. You can actually have multiple orgasms and never have ejaculatory orgasm, or not have ejaculatory orgasms in that moment. It also has the benefit of really being able to make love to your partner so that she can have multiple orgasms, because women are wired to have multiple orgasms over and over and over again. Men are a little different, but we can still achieve it. And if we're able to do that for ourselves, we can also do that for our beloveds.
Wonderful. Yeah. So a lot of times women want men to slow down, and men are like thinking about the Super Bowl. I mean, that's just like that. That is not a recipe for success.
No.
You want to have win-win, gorgeous, exquisite, extraordinary sex, and you can't have it if your head is, somewhere else, like you're thinking about something else in order to.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. So
fully present.
So whoever asked that question on Tantric Connection, thank you.
Good question.
Thank you. And 21 days of your life, that's like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So make it even more clear. There was somebody who said, I promised myself to not ejaculate in 2020, and so far I haven't. And that for me felt like so constricted. So what you're saying is that that's not the way that you would say start. You would do it in a different way.
21 days only, and I would teach them how to do it so that then their body would have a choice. It knows when it needs to ejaculate and have an outward orgasm in it, and it also knows that it doesn't always need to. And it's just this addiction to the end result that we've been conditioned to have.
Yeah. And
that also comes from, there's so much that comes from prehistoric times when people had to hurry up, quickly have sex, boom, boom, boom. It's because a saber-toothed tiger was waiting around the corner ready to eat you.
Right.
So you had to hurry up and ejaculate. We don't have that.
Yeah.
So give that up. There are no saber-toothed tigers or bears going to kill you.
Yeah. Well, and there's a benefit. There's real benefits to ejaculation. So one of the things that it does is it helps you, it helps your prostate process correctly that constriction, and that has been shown to slow or to give you less chance of getting prostate cancer. Mm-hmm. So ejaculation does have that function. And not only that, if you're looking to not procreate, you can certainly try to withhold ejaculation, but a little bit gets out. So condom use is pretty important in that sense. You're not keeping semen from going out. every single time. Although you're able to hold it, kind of like you're holding a stream of urine, you can hold it a little bit, but some comes out. So, but again, there are times, and it's important for men to have ejaculation simply because their prostate needs it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear like you're speaking about the intelligence of the body instead of like having the mind in, and that's so much what Tantra Connection is about and what we were speaking about. So I love that it's actually becoming more embodied and less, it's yeah, I love the way you speak about it. So that kind of brings us into the pleasure of the body and some of the toys, some of the tools that we can use for pleasure. And you're going to tell us both about some toys for women, some toys for men, maybe some of them we can use both. So let's dive into that, because that's kind of funny and fun.
Show and tell.
Show and tell time.
I don't think we ever did this before. So I'm going to talk about this. Oh, well, first of all, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah. So for women, for pleasuring women, you want to make sure that you understand the clitoris, and the clitoris is not just the little end, right? It's not just this little end right here, but it actually is a system. And
really close.
Let me show you. This is for the very first time in history, not long ago, someone actually mapped the clitoris. And so this is the clitora majora. It's the glans clitoris. This is the, I'm forgetting what it's called. These are the bulbs of vestibule, and this is all erectile tissue. And so when you're stimulating the clitoris, you need to know that all of it gets stimulated in some way, and there are some tools that can really get in on the tip here, the end of the clitoris, and also the rest of it. So you want to show that?
Oh, this. Okay, well, I'm just going to show this because this is like the standard.
The Hitachi.
Where is it? The Hitachi magic wand. This is the Cadillac, I guess, the standard vibrator that people have. And this is the thing that people talk about and say, if I use this, I'm going to go numb.
Right.
And I feel like any dependency on anything makes you numb. So I'm not numb. And this is my fourth one. This is the first one that I had that's cordless. This is the fourth one. Now, first of all, I want to just show, which we were doing right before we came on, which I never use this like this. It's too intense. Wait, I'll see if I can put it on. This is just like the lowest speed. It's really, it's a very intense. Some people think it's like a, lawnmower. But anyway, it's a very intense thing. But I would never use it bare. So I put a knee sock on it. So it looks like this. I put a striped knee sock on it, and I would use it with something in between me and it. Yeah. Because that takes away the sharpness of the sensation.
Right.
The other thing is I don't always use this directly on my clitoris. I might use it on the side of
the pelvic bone.
On my pelvic bone or somewhere like over here. I might just use it on my abdomen, and and I might use it to massage other parts of my body. This can also be used on men. Some men are very stimulated to have this put like right at the base of the shaft of their penis, and it feels really good to them. Sometimes using this while we're having sex, so it vibrates both of us. It's totally fun.
Yeah.
And for some people, this is way too intense. I mean, I know that it is, but I would say this is not something. If you do go numb, then don't use it for a while.
Yeah.
That's all, or take it off the actual spot that's numb and use it somewhere else.
Right.
But this is the standard. This thing has like been around for a really long time. Yeah. So that's the Hitachi magic wand, and then you could use it. You didn't bring the
other one.
My wand that I sew. Yeah. But this is Betty Dodson's barbell, and I like this one. But we're going to show you another one that's even cooler. This side is for vaginal penetration. And this, if somebody has like a very tight vaginal opening, then the smaller side could work, or this could be used as an anal penetration. The thing about something that has iron, it's like wrought iron, is it stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
The thing that has, I don't know what it is.
Don't put wrought iron in your.
Stainless
Tony.
steel is one, it's very antiseptic. It can be boiled, it can be frozen, it can be, you can sterilize it easily. It has weight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Betty Dodson calls this the barbell, and it feels great, and the coolness of it feels great too. So this for a long time was something that I loved, and then Michael introduced me to this one. Show the case.
So this is called the Enjoy. This is one of my favorite tools.
It's also stainless steel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's spelled like that, Enjoy, and it's heavy. It's really nice, but it's got this nice curve to it,
Mm-hmm.
and this can just drop right into the vaginal canal, and it sinks itself right on in nicely. And what I've seen some people do is they try to like manipulate it this way. You don't need to. You can just with your hands just pull and allow it to go up and down and in, and it taps right against. Well, if she's laying face up, this taps right against the G spot, and so it has a really nice feeling. It's heavy.
Most people, this is their favorite. I mean, other sex educators that we've talked to, the Enjoy is like their favorite thing. Yeah. Their favorite. Did I write this one?
I don't know if you did or not, but you should.
I need to put this on the list.
This end, again, if you have a tight vaginal canal, or if you want to use this for anal pleasure, same thing, and it's still very heavy. Oops, let me get it. It's still very heavy, but it's not as large, and it goes in a little bit easier. This really has made a huge difference. And if you're interested in squirting, for instance, this is a great tool to have that result.
But my wand is really great too. And I didn't, let's see is there a picture of it in here?
It might be.
We'll do another live just about that, maybe.
Oh yeah, that wand is so important because that's where I taught myself to female ejaculate, and I was like shocked. I don't think I have a picture of it in here. Anyway,
let's look at this other one. Let's look at the one for clitoral. Yeah.
So this one, it looks like a tooth. Looks like a pink tooth, half a tooth. But it actually goes like this. Right
onto it. And so it stimulates both sides, and because, this is a very hard plastic, but because the way the clitoris is, you can get it right down on the legs here and cause a lot of pleasure in a very short period of time. And it has something like 7 different settings and then 3
What is that thing called?
I don't know what it's called.
People will have to,
it's by Jimmy Jane.
Okay.
Okay. And it's Pleasure to the Peoples. It's called Pleasure to the People by Jimmy Jane. So thank you, Jimmy Jane.
Okay, this one, I don't know what it's called, and I don't know who it's by.
It's a rabbit.
It's a rabbit. And rabbits they go inside, and then they also, they vibrate here, and they vibrate here. So these little ears, I don't know if you can see the little ears. The little ears do the same thing as this thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They go on either side of the clitoris, and that's a really good one. I got it from Adam and Eve. They sent it to me to try it out, and it's a fabulous one. Mm-hmm. I've seen other ones that go round and round, and they have like little bubbles in them and everything. I don't know. I never liked those, but this one I like a lot.
Yeah. What's interesting is, let me see that real quick. Also.
And then I'm going to show the thing for men.
What's interesting is also, I mean, you can see that it can go into the vaginal canal like that and then can provide clitoral stimulation here. But you can also fold this down and insert it all the way into the vaginal canal, and then this presses against the G-spot. Mm-hmm. And so you can just kind of rock it back and forth a little bit, and it's exquisite. It's really amazing.
The things I find out on live.
I'm kind of a nerd, so.
All right, I want to show this. We didn't bring it out, but I have a picture of it. This is the Aneros Helix, and this is for men. So men would insert this into the anus, and one of the legs would go right underneath where the testicles are, and the other leg would go up to where the base of the spine is, like where the
sacral nerve.
The sacral nerve is. And then a man would wear this, and then he would either be stimulated manually or orally, or he could be having intercourse, like full-on penetration. And when he does come, when he ejaculates and everything is contracting in him, this has very pleasant sensations and moves slightly within the opening of the anus and those two legs. So this is another really good one for men. And my wand, which we'll do the whole other live on.
The wand's going to get its own show.
The wand, well, because it's also for stimulating men
Yeah.
and or women. The wand is bisexual. So, and that's a phenomenal tool. I've been using that for over 20 years. That's lucite. It's made of lucite, and also great. I do have some glass tools. I don't recommend them for traveling. I don't. They feel great and they're beautiful. They're made of blown glass and whatever. I've opened my suitcase and found them broken more than on one occasion. So I don't recommend that those leave the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that was fun.
Yeah. I just want to mention, we also have a Sibian. I'm a poster child for the Sibian machine, which is like a riding vibrator. It's like they call it the Lamborghini.
The Lamborghini of vibrators.
And I love the Sibian, and I love the Sibian family, the people who make it. And that's for people who care about things made in America and whatever. That's like a family from Illinois it's a family-owned business.
Dave and Bunny.
Dave is the father and the inventor, and Bunny is his daughter, and she runs the business. And so there are other things we could talk about, but there's everything from, these things are not cheap. None of these toys are cheap, but the Sibian is like the most expensive. It's like $1,300,
Wow.
just starters.
Yeah.
And it's quite an amazing.
It's quite a ride, literally.
It's an amazing apparatus. I give lessons on it, and then I tell people if they want to, before they buy it and make that investment, I invite them over. Before COVID, I invite them over. I put condoms on everything, and then I tell them they could ride. Like I'll leave them in the room, and they can have an experience on it before they decide if they want to spend that kind
It's
of
got
money.
great attachments.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of takes me into what you guys are going to do this weekend, because that has to do also with pleasure and becoming an extraordinary lover. It doesn't cost $1,300. So I'm wondering if you could tell us a bit about what you're going to do this weekend and who can join and what it is for.
Well, Extraordinary Lovers is, it's really an experience. It's kind of a journey over a weekend through the 3 thresholds of expressive love. And so what we discuss is, what does it really take to be an extraordinary lover in the world of self-love, in the world of partner love, loving your partner, and then also love that manifests. And so we take you through all 3 thresholds, areas of those topics, and we give you real experiences on what does it take to really return to love, to resolve conflicts, to actually have the ability to have fearless communication with one another, and then moving into exquisite touch, how to pleasure one another. We show you how to map a body. We do the things that most, I think, couples never get a shot at. They never get any training around, and we make a distinction between this is what is ordinary, and most people are like, yep, that's pretty much my life, and this is what is extraordinary. And once they get that little extra something, they're able to take their relating to a whole new level, and also to create something that's beyond that relationship. It's just much, much stronger, much bigger, through creating something that you want in your life, manifesting something that you never thought you could. It's really powerful.
Yeah, thank you. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
that's
who can join? Like, how does it work?
well, we had it geared towards couples only because we think couples are an endangered species. However, as fate would have it, before the last 2 times we did it, we had anybody, single or couple, come in. And then this time we skewed it for couples so that the couples would know, yeah, that's for me. But there are singles who said, nope, I want to be in it. And I want to join and I want to sign up. And so it's for singles and couples. It's for anybody. So for couples, it would be new couples who want to avoid getting into things like resentment over little things they just don't communicate. and start to get impatient and build it up. It would be for new couples so that they don't do that. Or we've had couples who were married for 59 years and we broke through codes that they had with each other and understandings that we had with each other that didn't work anymore, where they didn't communicate. And then it could be for singles who desire to relate and get into a new relationship with someone, and they want to avoid the pitfalls or the same old that they've been through already.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're inviting people to come who want a fresh start, and just want to have something extraordinary, like off the charts.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the other thing, the funny thing is that sometimes singles will say, well, I'm concerned because, don't they need to take the course? And I would say to them, look, once you have these skills and you understand how they work, they're really uncomplicated. Once you know the skills, you could teach it to anybody. You could teach it to your family members. You could actually start to have new ways of communicating and relating to family members where it was crunchy before, but now you're actually getting across to them and they're getting you and you're getting them. So it's not necessary to have your other with you, especially if you're kind of in between others. It's okay because you're going to be able to take these skills and you're going to be able to share them with anybody and master them in a very short period of time.
I always tell people that when you find a new partner, get your partner to class.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to say,
True.
why would I not want my partner to go to class? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd like them to have the benefit of what I had. So, and you're a primary example of that.
Yeah.
You came to my class.
I did go to your class.
Yeah. He was my student.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, it's hard. It's hard to have him in class.
It was good to have me in class.
I was like looking at him going, I wasn't picking him out of class. I wasn't like going that way. It was like we were already seeing each other and he decided to come to class. And I was just like.
It's funny. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know that Laurie Handlers was this internationally known, teacher of Tantra. I had no idea. And she invited me to this class and I went, okay. And turns out she's the one giving the class. And I went, wow, okay. It was great. It was the most fun. It really was.
It was great. It was great.
This woman is brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I love that it's online because even if it's fun to do it in person, but now, you are somewhere in the world, I'm somewhere in the world, like this gives us the opportunity to be able to join you wherever we're in the world. And also the price, because you don't have like the venue and all that doesn't have to be able to hold all the people. And also you have been generous. So anybody, I'm going to put it, I think I can show it here. Anybody who signs up and uses the code connection also get a discount. And I guess people can sign up until probably tomorrow is the cutoff for sign up, and then it starts on Saturday.
Well,
So
we have had people sign up overnight on the morning of, and I just want to say, like, if you wait that long, you're not giving us a chance to send you the welcome email and all the information that you need. We're not going to reject you if somebody all of a sudden get in midnight or something. We're in Pacific time, so if somebody signs up after midnight Pacific time Friday night, we're not going to reject you, but just don't expect that you're going to be super prepared. It would be great to do it by close of business tomorrow. I would.
Register as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because we're also filming.
And if you feel the intuition, because now we are close, so whoever watches this and it's like, oh, that sounds, it's like, it's cool that it's right now. It's just sign up and in 2 days you're gonna be part of the group. So
That's right.
I feel like it's cool that we're doing it also so that spontaneously people can jump on it.
Yeah, now is the time. Now is definitely the time. And we'd love to see you. We'd love to have you, no matter who you are, no matter. And also, I don't want this to say also to people who are into open relating that they shouldn't come, because we don't care what relating it is. We want it to be extraordinary.
Yeah.
So anybody is welcome in any preference that you have of whether it's relating styles or gender. We don't care. We just want you to get the skills. We want you to be not endangered. We want you to be thriving.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's our stand for you.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bella, for having us again. We love you.
Yeah, we love you. We love being on Tantra Connection, and We want the whole world to learn these skills.
Yeah.
You know, the world would be a different place if people knew this, knew these things, knew how to love. Really,
Yeah.
from the body, not just a concept.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And see you soon on here again. Bye.
Okay.
All right.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.